Hi, and welcome back to Unofficial Tourism Board. I'm Erica.
And I'm Greg. Love America.
We are back from Iceland, and we wanted to give a rundown of what we thought, what we did, what we'd do again, and what we might skip.
Yes, because October is the time. We're bad at this. Okay, well.
I'm going to start. Favorite things. I loved going to the Blue Lagoon. Now, I know it can be really touristy, and some people don't enjoy it and enjoy some of the smaller and quieter lagoons instead, but I really enjoyed the Blue Lagoon. First of all, because it is so close to the volcano, which is currently active there is a beautiful fresh lava field. And how many times in my life am I going to get to see a beautiful fresh lava field like that? So it was truly amazing to be that close to it and get to see all of that. And the lagoon itself, again, touristy, but beautiful. The facilities are really, really nice. Everybody knows what they're doing. There's no, like the staff is on point. They're going to rotate you through. They had that wire. They're going to get you your mask. They're going to get you your drink. Hi, kitten. They are going to get you squared away. So really enjoyable. We went on a tour. We had about 90 minutes in the lagoon itself, and then about 15 to 20 minutes on either end to get ready, change and everything like that. I think that was exactly the right amount of time. Enough time to really enjoy without getting bored.
Yes, I agree.
Yeah.
Yeah, Blue Lagoon was delightful. We were lucky we ran into another couple from our boat who was about the same age as us.
Yeah.
Which is something considering the average age on that boat was, by my math, 92.
Wasn't that bad?
And so, we just had a delightful conversation and just kind of hung out and enjoyed the water. It was quite lovely.
Yeah, it was a really lovely day. Actually, I want to say we took several guided tours in Iceland. We did a tour by Nice Travel. We did 2 tours by Saga, one run by Saga, one run by Bus Travel Iceland, and then another tour by Bus Travel Iceland. Now, I've done guided tours in lots of countries, and I have to say I think Iceland might have the best tour guides. Not only were they all really conversant in what they were showing us, but they all had some amazing other lives. Like they were teachers, they were geologists, they had careers in the fishing industry or something like that. So really interesting folks who really showed us great things and were really knowledgeable about what they were talking about. So really delightful tour guides as well.
Yeah, agreed.
And normally we don't love guided tours as much, so that was really nice.
Yes.
What was your favorite?
Oh, gosh. Put me on the spot here. I can edit this out, so I don't mind. Just like the Iceland in general? Or,
yeah, just Iceland in general.
Yeah. Hard to say really like actually one specific thing that really actually stood out. I thought I just really enjoyed just the whole experience as a whole. I mean, we saw so many amazing geographic places. I mean the crater, the hot springs. Reykjavik was a lovely little town.
It's a lovely town.
And just the scenery was just pretty amazing for the whole time, and I just really enjoyed the whole experience.
Yeah, I did too. You want to talk about the cruise?
Yeah.
Okay. So we went on a Viking Cruise, which was just around Iceland. So all of our ports were in Iceland, starting in Reykjavik and ending in Reykjavik, and going to, because it's a smaller ship, some of the ports that some of the larger ones like Prima's, NCL's Prima don't get into. It was, overall, I think it was a great way for us to see Iceland. A lot of people do the ring road. We chose to do this as a way to, not have to schedule quite so much and quite so far in advance with a rental car and then finding lodging all around Iceland when it can get really hard.
Finding individual rooms every single night just sounds exhausting. And to be able to come back to our same room with our unpacked bags and clothes hanging in the closet and put away was just was a delight.
It was a really great way for us to do it. food was taken care of, obviously, lodging, all of that. It made it really, really nice for us to not have to worry about all of those things and all of the logistics. Last year, we took a trip that had a lot of logistics involved, and
we'll say that
it was really nice. It was a great trip, but
it was a great trip.
Really nice this year to take a trip where pretty much all the logistics were taken care of for us.
Yes.
Now, about the Viking Cruise itself. It's a small ship. There's only about 930 passengers. It never felt crowded. You never waited in a line for anything. You never waited in a line to get off or on the ship.
Oh, I mean, they were very short.
I mean, okay, you might wait a minute or two.
Yeah.
Or if you had to wait for a tender, you might have to wait
the
for
tender
the next
was
tender.
the exception, but yes.
I said while we were on it, I was like, it's very civilized. Like, they treat you like adults and expect you to behave like adults. So there are books everywhere for you to pick up and enjoy and carry around with you. There are lovely things out, like, boxes and pillows and things like that are just out. Again, they expect you to act like an adult, and everybody did. They hand you water as you get on and off the boat. They hand you an umbrella. All of those things that just make it feel very calm. There's no rushing around very much on a Viking. I thought the food was good to very good. We had a couple of meals where I was like, oh, that is very, very good indeed. But a lot that were just good, and that's fine, right? I don't expect 5-star cuisine on a cruise ship. The service was very good. The spa, though, the spa, that was my
personally,
favorite part.
I found the service almost overpowering.
Almost too much?
Almost too much.
I like to be pampered a little bit, maybe.
Yeah, and I feel like I'm a little more independent, and having somebody come by constantly was a little like, just leave me alone.
I didn't mind.
Yeah,
I like
again, personal preferences.
I like a little bit of a pamper.
It did seem sometimes when we go to some of the
Don't eat that.
bar or restaurant locations, or they kind of the drinking areas on the boat, it seemed like sometimes they were really fast to get you your first drink.
Yeah.
And after that, it could be problematic.
It could be.
Not every location, but sometimes I find myself, kind of like, hey, my drink is empty. It's sitting here on the table for everyone to see, and yet it remains empty.
Yeah, I think there was definitely a little bit of that.
Third world problems. First world problems.
First world problems. There's definitely that. I think it depended on what bar or area you were in and kind of the time of day. Some of them got pretty busy, especially right before dinner.
Yeah. But I didn't think it was actually crowded. I think it was like the opposite. I think it was actually like the least crowded times.
Yeah, they didn't have enough
Is
people on
when I
staff,
would
maybe.
run into that problem.
Yeah, or didn't know you were up there. Sometimes that happens.
Well, they brought me the first drink.
Yeah, okay. Just saying. Anyway, that was definitely noticeable. I love the spa. I thought that the spa was fantastic. They had the hydrotherapy pool.
Mm-hmm.
They had the cold plunge, a hot tub, a cold room, a steam room, the heated loungers. Literally 6 out of 7 days we spent time in that spa. It was one of the highlights for me. Absolutely a place to go and relax. It was never crowded. You could always find a lounger. You could always find
It was, remarkably uncrowded.
It was remarkably uncrowded.
All things considered. I really expected it to be busier.
I did too.
The gym was also empty, but I expected that.
Yeah.
Given the average cruise age of 107.
I was really excited about doing the tea that they have on board. They have a tea in the Winter Garden. The Winter Garden is a beautiful venue. Really enjoyed the venue. But honestly, I was a little underwhelmed by the tea. And I think that kind of just goes back to, I wasn't wowed by a lot of the food. Again, it was very good, but I wasn't blown away by any of it.
Okay, that's fair.
So.
But it was all good.
It was all good, yeah.
Yeah.
Our cabin, we had the lowest level of cabin, like the least fancy cabin, and it was fine. There was plenty of room for both of us.
Mm-hmm.
We had a balcony, not that we used it a ton in Iceland. We
did a little bit.
We had a little seating area. The fridge that they, I don't think in our cabin level they were supposed to restock, but they did. Maybe that was just because we had so little out of there. They just went ahead and restocked the couple of items that we used. no one cares about this but me, but I like a movie at night, and they had a really good selection of movies on the TV, which I appreciated.
Yeah,
And the heated floors in the bathroom and the bathrooms, good as everybody says.
that's
Toiletries,
nice.
amazing. Water pressure, fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
Shower, huge for a cruise ship. I think bigger than the one I had in our last house. Really nice.
It was pretty small.
It was pretty small. So really nice. So, and cabin stewards and everything, can't give them enough credit. Everything was beautifully cleaned every
Yes.
day. They kind of knew your habits and knew what you did, and took special care, and it was really lovely.
Yes.
Yeah.
They knew our names from the get go, and I forgot their names every day. So
It was really nice. They were really good. I mean, they
They're
brought me
delightful.
bookmarks when they realized that I was a reader and I always had a book by the side of the bed. They brought me some bookmarks and everything. So little things like that, like just noticing things about you and helping you out, were really
Yes.
key. So overall, my view is: would I take another Viking cruise? I would, if the itinerary was good and the price was right. It's definitely something I would consider. I think the areas where they fell down are definitely the shows. We went to one. It was fine.
the shows were fine. I mean, it was a smaller ship. It's
Yeah.
a smaller theater.
Yeah.
You can only do so much. You
You can only
can't
do
put
so
on
much.
a full Broadway show. They're not going to put cats in there or anything like that. So the show cat's not an actual cat. That would be weird. Um, but yeah, you're not getting a full Broadway show. But the musical acts were fun that
They
we
were
saw.
fine. They were fun.
They were fine.
They were absolutely entertaining. Um, the lectures we did not go to. I fully intended to, and that was one of the selling points for me on Viking. I was really excited about it, and then we got there, and none of them sounded interesting enough to like abandon my book and cocktail. To be honest, we met some charming, lovely people on the cruise.
Yes.
That we hung out with and kind of kept seeing in the same.
We found all 4 couples that were approximately our age, and we hung out with them all the time.
And we hung out with them.
Yeah.
Which was really fun. So again, I would go again. There were some positives and some negatives.
Yeah. But overall, I would not rule it out.
Yeah, definitely wouldn't rule it out.
I'll be honest. I think I would take Norwegian over Viking. All other things being equal.
Yeah, I might too, or we might try a different line. So,
We'll see.
but I did like it. I did enjoy it. It would definitely be in the consideration set.
Yep.
Iceland. How do you feel? Like, would you go again?
I don't know actually. I feel like we saw almost everything there was to see. I mean, yeah. Could we have taken a hike into the dark, deep depths of a glacier or something? Yeah, no, you wouldn't do
I
that.
wouldn't do that.
But overall, I think the 10 days we spent in Iceland, I think we got a really great view of Iceland, a really great experience. We got to see all the highlights, all the wonderful geography that there is there, and I mean, who knows? Maybe in a while, but I don't see it happening for another 10 years or more.
I feel the same way. I feel like I can tick the Iceland box off of my checklist, off of my to-do list. We saw a lot of waterfalls, and they're all beautiful. We hiked behind a waterfall. We got to see puffins. We saw beautiful vistas and black sand beaches
Mhm.
and
Granite eggs.
and Viking stuff.
Yeah.
It was great. It was. I'm so glad we went. I feel like we learned a lot. We got to see and experience a lot, and yeah, now I feel like we've kind of done Iceland.
I feel like I've checked that box.
On to new things.
Yeah. I feel like I feel like we could do like a Norway trip or something along those lines, as opposed to another Iceland one. I
Yeah,
don't really see it.
I would be okay if Iceland
Delightful time.
was a stop, right? But yeah.
Yep.
A couple of things everybody mentioned before we left, and I wanted to chat about. One is, yes, it's incredibly expensive. Food is very expensive. My advice would be to just kind of ballpark what things are and then ignore it. You're on vacation, and now is not the time to think about that. You've already paid for the vacation. What's another couple $100 for dinner? Speaking of, go ahead.
No, so that was actually one of the nice benefits of the cruise is that we paid for the cruise. We got the drink package and the meals, and Yeah, it may have actually worked out slightly more expensive, but you didn't feel like you were being constantly charged
Yeah,
over and over and over again. It was just what one bill done.
yeah,
So it was kind of relaxing that way.
was relaxing. And again, that's what the cruise I think was so good for us because it was much more relaxing. Now I did buy a couple. I don't shop much, so sorry if you're excited about a haul or something because I don't really do that because I don't shop a ton. But I did buy a couple of things for presents and for us that I really enjoy. One was this, which I don't know if you can see it on camera, but it is salt. It is volcanic salt from Iceland. They have a ton of different brands and kinds. I got all of this stuff at the Bonus grocery store, which is like their more discounted grocery store. I love a foreign grocery store. Greg will tell you every time we go someplace, I'm like, "Is there a grocery store?" I love a foreign grocery store. So I got that for us, and I also brought back a bunch of that for our parents and things. And I also this box is a little beat up and it's empty because these are delicious. These are these little Icelandic milk chocolate wafers that several people on different vlogs had shown when they went and said were delicious, and they were right. All of these are very inexpensive gifts to bring back or souvenirs to bring back. So, in a country that's very expensive, highly
Mm,
highly recommend. Also, we never take a ton of extra baggage, so we're never going to have a ton of
it's
suitcase
true.
space to bring
It's
things
true.
back. So that and some tea towels, and I bought a Christmas ornament. I think that was. I
Big
know
spender.
I am. I think that was pretty much it.
Yeah.
Can we?
Yeah.
Oh, go ahead.
Oh, I was saying, I was going to talk about my
Okay.
packing
Okay.
a little bit.
Oh
So
yeah.
a little what we call 3 up and 3 down.
Oh yeah.
So it's some comments mostly on my trip here, or mostly for my packing. Is one, I packed a Kindle.
Okay.
I'm a big reader. We both are
Yeah. Yeah.
readers, but I don't mind reading on ebooks.
Hmm.
And also, I have that unique ability to read on a bus or a car.
I can't.
And so, having the Kindle along with its bigger screen and much longer battery life than a cell phone
Hmm.
was very key. I thought it really, for those long bus drives on the
Yeah.
tours, because one of those tours I think was like a 12-hour
It
day,
was.
and of which 8 was spent on the bus. Not complaining, absolutely loved it, but having the Kindle there was definitely a worthwhile investment because they are fairly inexpensive.
Yeah.
The second thing is the hiking boots, an absolute necessity.
Yeah.
I forgot what brand mine are. Um, it's in our packing video. Anyway, hiking boots were fantastic and definitely a solid requirement, especially with the rain and the lava fields and everything else. So those hiking boots are pretty key. Um, and third is a raincoat. We had
Hmm.
a fairly lightweight raincoat, but it did keep me very dry through the constant rain showers that we did get. And so, and it was very easy to kind of ball it up and drop it into a bag or layer it with a sweatshirt and a long sleeve shirt so that I was comfortable. And so that rain jacket, which we got from REI,
Yeah.
was fantastic. So can't talk about that one enough.
Yeah. You really were the
Hey,
king of
Cosmo.
layering.
Yep. And for things that really were, I guess, I don't say didn't work out, but my Mr. Negatives is I brought a winter hat, like a knit watch cap, ski
Hmm.
cap, if you will, and wore it once. Um, and quite frankly, it was a stretch. I brought it with us on the trip, and then I ended up taking it off most of the time anyway. Iceland, when we went in
June, July.
June and July. Yeah, we packed it just in case. I never needed it. I was fine with pulling up a hood on my hoodie if I needed it, or
Hmm.
mostly just a ball cap. So
Yeah, but
um,
it varies.
yeah, your experience may vary, but overall, I was fine and probably would not pack it again if we went at the same time frame.
Hmm.
The other thing is I packed. I was kind of reaching on stuff I
Yeah.
really didn't want, but I packed 3 pairs of jeans. If you watch our packing video, you'll see that. And also, not shown in our packing video is that my bag was really tight. It was packed to the brim, and no, don't eat the
Don't eat the
cactus.
don't eat the cactus.
And Yeah, I packed like 3 pairs of jeans, and then I think I packed at least 2 pairs of slacks
Hmm.
because the ship required us to have slacks and not jeans for dinner. Uh, and I probably could have worn those slacks out also if you get like a heavier weight khaki or something along those lines. Then
Yeah.
it's perfectly fine to wear those out on your hikes. Um, uh,
Yeah.
so. Um, yeah, again, this is very specific to Viking cruises. But I did have to pack 2 pairs of pants and 3 pairs of jeans, and I probably could have done without the extra pair of jeans, which I don't think I ever actually put on. Yeah,
Yeah.
I was concerned that it would be a lot rainier and they
Yeah.
would get a lot wetter. Although we did have some rain pants that I also never wore, but would recommend that you pack them. They're very small, very lightweight, and nothing's miserable than walking around in a wet pair of pants all day.
Exactly. If you need the rain pants, you really need the rain pants.
Yep.
We were very lucky not to. It was one of those, much like the excessive first aid kit that I brought. Much rather have that and never open it or need it than need it and be unable to get the supplies that you need.
Yes.
Um, my packing up and down, I would say, again, I had Columbia hiking boots, the low rise ones. Again, you can see it in our packing video. Mine were water resistant, not waterproof, but they were perfect. My feet were dry the entire time. They were the perfect weight and height for me. So I really, really was glad that I had them. Um, I was also really grateful for my rain jacket, again, a lightweight one from REI that I just layered with another jacket underneath, a long sleeve tech shirt, a short sleeve tech shirt, whatever I needed for the day. Really, really easy to layer, kept me dry, kept me warm, very comfortable for the entire time. What I wish I had brought actually was another pair of shoes for the ship. I only had I had hiking boots, I had a pair of dress shoes for the evenings, and then I had flip flops for the spa and everything. And I kind of there was more than one day where I wished I had a pair that was a little bit more flexible. Maybe it's a Moe cat, it's Leo. Maybe had something that was a little bit. I don't know, more casual for the cruise ship just during the day that I could have also worn in the evening. So I would switch that out again. That is, again, Leo, you're taking up the whole screen there, buddy. Um,
Okay. That's there's Leonardo DiCaprio there, everyone.
um, so I wish I'd had that. So yeah, that's. But overall, I was really happy with what I packed, what we had access to, and pretty much wore everything. And did do a little laundry on the ship, which is free and is very convenient. Highly recommend.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Anything else you want to add?
I had something and now I can't think of it. Oh yes, I remember. Okay, I want to talk about the Reykjavik airport, Keflavik airport. It was very easy to fly into Keflavik airport. We got the bus. We did the airport fly bus. We got through security. We got through passport control. We got through the duty free. Got our bags. Walked onto a bus. Went into downtown. Lovely. People at the hotel could not have been nicer. Storing bags.
Mm-hmm.
All the things. Leaving from Keflavik. However much time you think you need, add to it. I have
Add at least an hour.
I have never been in a country that is so intent on not letting you leave,
They had so many checks.
and so few bathrooms.
Mm.
I'm not kidding. Like,
I mean, I
it
think we
was
waited in
stressful.
4 different lines.
Yes, yes. You wait in so many lines. Everything has its own line, and there's just different holding areas. They're in no rush to see you off. Yeah, I would just say bring food because there isn't a ton of food options there. So bring a snack, bring a granola bar, bring something.
Sure.
He ate because he had to have a hot dog. I could not. They did not have vegetarian hot dogs in the airport that I could find. Tell me if I'm wrong.
Yeah.
And
I've never been in a place where they actually had the hot dog stand near
yes.
the flight had a sign that said you had to show them your boarding pass in order to be able to order a hot dog. And they actually did.
Yeah.
They actually asked for my boarding pass. which I have never encountered in another airport before. So that was a surprise.
Duty-free hot dogs. I don't know what was going on.
I don't know.
It was very strange.
Who goes through all that security to get a cheaper? I don't think it was even cheaper.
I don't know. It was weird. The whole experience was weird.
Yeah.
The airport is very strange.
So
And
many
again,
lines.
They are not in a rush to see you off.
Because we had the line to turn in your bags.
Yep.
And then the line for the security checkpoint, like the whatever Icelandic version of the TSA is.
Mm-hmm.
And
where they want you to use their Ziploc bag, not your Ziploc bag. No. You have to use their Ziploc bag.
Right. So that was fun. And then there was a line for your passport.
Then there's another line for your passport.
Right. And then we waited in another line for
the plane itself, where they check your passport again.
Yeah, and then you actually got in a line to actually get on the plane.
Yeah.
We got to the airport 3 hours ahead of time.
Mm-hmm.
And I think we still, after all of these lines, and we were in the lines fast, we still made it onto the plane with like 15 minutes. It was a little insane.
It's a little stressful. So yes, however much time you think you need for that airport, give yourself more time.
More.
Because you will need it. You will take all the time. And what's the worst that happens? You get to fill up your water bottle an extra time or go to the bathroom an extra time. Like, that's the worst that happens.
Yeah.
If you're there.
It's not the difference between going to the Blue Lagoon one more time.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I think that's it. So, next trip. Yeah, we are headed. It is October, and we are headed in just a couple of weeks to Disney World, and we will
Florida one.
Yeah, the Florida one, and so we will be doing some videos about that.
A couple extra days in Universal as well.
Yeah, we haven't done Universal in a long
Harry
time.
Potter.
No, please don't do the accent. We have not done Universal in a long time.
Abracadabra.
That's not.
The one chooses the wizard.
That's you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Severus Snape.
So we'll be bringing you some of that as well.
All right. Stay tuned.
All right. Bye.